If you've built some of your own banking products, maybe a credit card or checking account, your customers are probably generating a lot of transactions. Transactions that have useful data that can help both you and them. The problem is that raw data you're getting from your provider might look something like this. How can you turn this into something that's user-friendly so your customers understand what this transaction means and you don't get hit with costly disputes? And then, how can you categorize and enhance this data so that you and your users can gain insights into their spending habits? This is where Plaid Enrich can help. Enrich takes raw transaction data and enhances it into something easier for you and your customers to understand. The first thing to know about Enrich is that if you're already using Plaid transactions, you don't need to do anything. All transaction data you get through Plaid is already being enriched for you. So go congratulate yourself on making good decisions. If you're getting data from other sources though, keep watching. Making a call to Enrich is fairly simple. Because you don't need Plaid to fetch data on behalf of your user, you don't need to have your user open link or generate an access token. All you need is your client ID, secret, and preferably the Plaid client libraries. So to start enriching your transaction data, just make a call to Transactions Enrich. Pass in the type of account you're enriching transactions for, depository or credit, and an array of transactions. For each transaction, include as much data as you can. If you're in sandbox mode, you can use one of about 20 different predefined transactions. In production, just use whatever you're getting back from your processor. Include the original description and the amount as an absolute value. Include the currency and note if this is an inflow or an outflow. And do keep this value accurate. Plaid uses this amount to help draw some logical conclusions about the transaction. If you have location information, include whatever you have in the location object. Sometimes you'll only have this location included as part of the description, and that's fine. We can parse that out for you. Finally, don't forget to include a unique ID so you can match up this transaction with its enriched version later. Add all the objects you'd like, up to 100, and submit the request. Plaid will take your raw data, clean it up, and run it through several rule-based and AI-powered systems to better understand what this transaction represents. We process about 500 million of these a day, so we're getting pretty good at it. You'll get back a list of your original transactions along with all the enrichments that Plaid was able to add. This typically includes a merchant name, logo, website, and a unique ID that you can use to identify this merchant or counterparty across all your different transactions. For in-store transactions, you'll also get back the location. If we're sure we can identify the exact address, maybe from the store number for example, we can provide that too. You'll also get back the category. Plaid has 16 primary and 104 detailed categories. We'll also note if this transaction looks like a recurring one for expenses like phone bills or streaming services. Finally, you'll also get back a list of all counterparties involved in the transaction, everything from marketplaces to payment apps. So if your user placed a food delivery order, we'll not only list the food delivery service, but also the restaurant they got that burrito from. You can use this enriched data in a number of different ways. Maybe you can use it to help your users better understand where they're spending their money and make recommendations on how they can better reach their financial goals. Or identify some cross-selling opportunities based on your users' spending habits. Are your customers spending a lot of money paying off a credit card? Maybe you have a better one you can offer. This has been Plaid Enrich in 3 minutes. For more information about Plaid Enrich or any other Plaid products, make sure to check out the documentation and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos as they become available. Happy enriching!